with us on the broadcast is defense expert Major Mohammed Ali Shah. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you for joining us all News X. It seems that Pakistan's problem with terror has not subsided. They have, they have bred snakes in their backyard, as Hillary Clinton has claimed earlier, and now they're biting them back. They're grappling with an economic crisis, they're grappling with a political crisis, and now they're plagued by terror too. So how do you view these developments that are occurring in Pakistan? Do you think it's a taste of their own medicine, which they have in fact been brewing for a while?
You are 100% right there, and you literally stole words off my mouth. I think there was some telepathy there. That's exactly what I was thinking about Hillary Clinton's remarks in the parliament. And recently, one of the Pakistani minister also said, "Kya ज़रूरत थी हमको मुजाहिद पैदा करने की? आज वो ही मुजाहिद हमारे पे भारी पड़ गए हैं." So the very fact is, they are going through a rough patch. And I'll tell you something very, very hilarious. One Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorist was kidnapped in Pakistan by some unidentified gunmen. Isn't it sound hilarious? It sounds like choron ke ghar bhi aate hain chor. Now let me tell you, we are talking about the incident on the 4th of November. Now, amidst Pakistan's crackdown on Afghan refugees, the terrorists belonging to the Taliban-linked Tehreek-e-Jihad, that's again linked to Taliban, they stormed a Pakistani airbase in the wee hours on November 4th. Now, there were a lot of experts who suggested that 10 aircrafts, because of the satellite imagery that came across, that 10 aircrafts, because that airbase is a functional airbase. It's not that you send defunct aircrafts over there. So obviously these 10 aircrafts must have been functional, this including several F-7PG, that's Chinese name for Chengdu J-7, which you had mentioned very correctly. They were burnt by the terrorists. Now earlier in 2011, the terrorists had attacked the Pakistani naval ship Mehran. Now the headquarters of the Pakistan naval ship of the air arm, that's of the air, they have the headquarters there. And the most populous Pakistani military installation, in fact, that's located near the Pakistan Air Force base, Faisal Air Force Base of Karachi in the Sindh province, where, if you remember, recently there was an IG Saab, serving IG Saab, who was picked up by the Pakistani military. So in a way, they were a kind of a civil war, the same area that this happened. Now, they were heavily armed terrorists. They had entered the Mianwali Air Force Base, and in Pakistan's Punjab province, where in 1983, Nawaz Sharif was the finance minister. Same place, exactly same place. Now, they're using what? Even more hilarious thing is, using ladders. Now, the Pakistan forces, they managed to neutralize the terrorists, but not before they infiltrated the key areas of the base. Now, this base also has an underground air defense artillery base. So, they were about to enter there, while once again, they were neutralized there. Then there were videos that emerged where these terrorists were neutralized. Now, those videos that were released by the Pakistani military, they showed the neutralized terrorists their bodies in the Met department where they were kept, which is located adjacent to the air traffic controller. So the very fact is, this incident that happened in Pakistan, it could be a sad incident, no doubt about it. But the way, the sequence of events, using a ladder and then a terrorist getting kidnapped in Pakistan, it really, they are biting the dust of a monster which they have created on their own. They do not know what to do with the monster anymore. And now let me tell you, Pakistan military, again something very, very astounding fact. In 1999, when Pakistani military had infiltrated into India through Kargil in civil dress, in their muftis, at that time, they were, of course, they were hammered by our soldiers. And when they were killed on the soil, Pakistan refused to acknowledge those dead bodies, saying they're not our soldiers. But later on, when the bodies were searched and in the uniform, they were defense I-cards. They were serving personnel of the Pakistan Armed Forces. Now, you can imagine a nation which does not honor their soldiers, which they say that, no, they do not belong to us. It was the Indian Army who gave them an honorable burial with full military honors. I was in conversation with General VP Malik, who was the chief of the army staff during the Kargil time. And he has mentioned, no, I said, so that was very, very great of us. He said, no, it wasn't magnanimous or great, that's our culture. That is the way we would do when, that's the way Indian soldiers would actually behave. Those were the words of the former chief. So I think The very fact is Pakistan is actually, they are self-sufficient. They are Atmanirbhar. They do not need an external enemy. They are enough to actually dig their own grave, and that is what is happening to Pakistan right now. They were in the gray area of so many things, of FATF. Then the IMF was not giving them a loan, and because they have defaulted, they are going around with a begging bowl all over. And I'll tell you what the basic problem with them is. The basic problem with them is they are not concerned with what happens in their own land. They're more concerned by what's happening in the neighbor's window. That is the problem with Pakistan, actually. So when Pakistan actually sits down, Shahbaz Sharif, okay, I'll give you that example as well. Just recently, not even 10 days back perhaps, when he returned back after he had left Pakistan in 2019 with much fanfare. But then Imran Khan threw an open challenge that, okay, this gentleman has been the Prime Minister for 3 terms. Now I challenge him. Today, the popularity that I enjoy, I would. So basically, Pakistan में एक ही वर्दी के छट्टे पट्टे हैं, कोई दूल्हे दुल्हा नहीं है. No one is actually an angel over there. They are all छठे नंबर के बदमाश हैं basically. मैं तो ये कहूँगा, I'll say this much. So the very fact is, they bite their own dust, and very soon they're heading for deep trouble.
Indeed.
They're heading for deep trouble.
Indeed, sir. With that, I would like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast, presenting your perspective on this crucial development.